or a drug addict in the street. They don't know anything about the Bible or God. They're cold. Then it's us. In the UPK, we are what? Hot. That's us.
Straight out of 1 West, I'm too hot. My grandma keep on telling me I need to cool out. Quick to pull the scriptures out, pull the two locks. It's the home of the truth, my nigga, and you not hot, hot, hot. We hot, 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 hot. We hot, 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 hot. We hot, 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 hot. How many fake groups must get dissed before they really figure out who the Lord is with? I'm about to burn Babylon with these bars I spit. Niggas swearing they won't beef, well let's start some shit. I roll with warriors with swords and sticks, so keep stepping. Without a mind shit, this brotherhood is a weapon. This nation we protecting, heading for Armageddon. Told them niggas no sweat, but these other niggas is sweating. If you can't take the heat, nigga get out the kitchen. Ain't nothing these niggas saying you can find in the scriptures. They still in our breakdowns and trying to convert a gripper, trying to do the Lord's work, but he fell in love with a stripper. We can't afford to be playing around with the Lord. It's one God, faith, and baptism on one accord. If you ain't a hot nigga, you might as well hit the morgue. My niggas gon' stand firm while you niggas fall on your sword. Straight out of 1 West, I'm too hot. My grandma keep on telling me I need to cool out. Quick to pull the scriptures out, pull the two locks. It's the home of the truth, my nigga, and you not hot.
H-O-T-T, what that mean? Gotta spell it out. Home of the priest, got the truth, that's without a doubt. Niggas getting winded, need to breathe, cause they chasing clout. What the priest is banging out so heavy, gonna break it down. We in your town, boots is on the ground all year round. When the summer, spring, and fall, we prophesying to the clouds, so cry loud. I stay your ass at home, cause life is all about war. Don't make me go blasting chrome, and it go to each his own. Nah, to each his own. We taking over the world, bringing the prophets home. And I dare any of you fake niggas to stand in my way. You niggas is gay, you wearing purple panties, you great. Wearing your fringes on socks on the block, talking to cops, trying to make an arrest. Think you on West? We ain't calling you out, that's why no affiliation. We don't fuck with you out, because we and you know this, man. And if it ain't the UPK, then it's bogus, man. Johanna had to remind us what the code is, man. And now we hot niggas, but we still the coldest, man. Because
if I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that? And if I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that?
We set a blaze to the street when we prophesy to the wind. You be amazed with deceit, false prophets feeding our king. We set a fire to them lies in hope they open their eyes. Most niggas wouldn't see the truth even if it's written on the blinds. They peeking out to see the real priests who change their lives. Commander General Johanna, the son that's out here to teach. You niggas done drop your swords, now you thieves like preachers. Looking for another way round and ain't got no discipline. Tainted worse than the warriors in Southeast Michigan. We aware that you been listening, visiting online. You ain't my bone or my bone, cause you ain't got no spine. You weak in the mind, your vision is so filled with your pride. And you can keep it cause ain't no cowards gonna hold our line. You out here led by individuals, practicing wicked rituals. And you ain't a high boy cause you falling what these bitches do.
Straight out of 1 West, I'm too hot. My grandma keep on telling me I need to cool out. Quick to pull the scriptures out, pull the two locks. It's the home of the truth, my nigga, and you not hot, 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 hot. If I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that? Hot, 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 hot. And if I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that?
You see this house in Florida? Well, let me show you how I invested into it with just a few $100s. Plus, my investment was completely backed by the government. I did it using something called tax lien investing. So basically, what happened with this home is the owner failed to pay their property taxes. When that happens, the government actually creates certificates for that debt. I actually bought that debt, which basically means I paid the taxes. Once the homeowners finally pay, I'm going to get the interest owed from the delinquent bill. This property is going to net me somewhere between 16 to 25% on the investment. If the owner never pays, the property goes into pre-foreclosure where I can invest in it for cheap, probably for 50% to 70% off market value. It is by far the easiest way to get into real estate. No dealing with tenants, renovations, or Airbnbs. If you want to learn how to do this, we are having a free live in-person training in your local area. All you have to do is click on the link below and sign up for your free ticket. At the event, we are going to teach you how to find and invest in these properties, the secret to getting some of the very best deals, and we are going to show you how you can do it from anywhere in the world with nothing but a laptop. The event is 100% free to attend. All you have to do is click on the link below and secure your ticket. We only have 50 seats available, so if this is something you want to learn and get started in doing this month, click the link, grab your tickets before the event fills up.
When I got to the free live event, I was just impressed with the overall quality of the company and the people there. The energy is unbelievable. Everybody here is excited and sees the possibility. I've invested in over 80 tax liens. I've already received payback on those upwards of $10,000, and I ended up acquiring 2 properties as well. And those are going to net over $30,000.
I was a little skeptical, not quite understanding how you could buy a tax lien, but I wanted to know more. That was just the tip of the iceberg, because then we signed up for the 3-day event and we learned a whole lot more, met a lot more people, and we have not turned back. We are 1,000% in. There's so much to gain. You know, your world will open up to you. I mean, and you've got all the experts here, and they're willing to help you and support you along.
If you apply what they're teaching you, it's worked for them. Why wouldn't it work for us? Why wouldn't it work for you?
You'll be able to succeed, you know, because we're proof of that. We've already, in just 3 months, you know, bought our first tax lien, and we're getting ready to foreclose.
Within 2 months, we have purchased 19 tax liens.
28 liens is what we've done so far, and we started in the mid of April. On July 1st, we bought our first property, and then our second later that day, and within 1 week, we bought those 28 liens.
I feel like even just the networking alone has made a difference. So we have a bunch of connections now after attending this event. If you want financial freedom and you don't know how to get it, then of course you have to pay for the education, but that education is going to pay you back in your future. So definitely go for it.
This program has helped me and also helped my family, because I'm passing it down to them for generation and generation to come. If I had to give any advice to anyone that was trying to join the program, what I would say to them to this: listen, it works. It works, it works, it works.
If I was sitting across from someone who was on the fence as to whether or not to do this program, I'd say, stop waiting. You're wasting your
Outside, nigga, outside, 1 West and we outside. We outside with it. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the store, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's 1 West for that bag and we outside. We outside. I got the world in the palm of my hand. 1 West sleeve stretch, do it live on the gram. Had a whole world viewing, click and subscribe. Had them niggas off the block, tell them shooters they want a job. I just put them on the payroll. When I get control them, I just mold them like they Play-Doh. Soldiers giving halos, trying to get up at them pesos. 40 cows send you out of space, Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, leave you all boxed up, all cause my delivery. I be on that prime shit, take you time to get with me. Got me like Vladimir, treat you like the Ukraine. Invade your little city, now you boating like Usain. Scope costs more than the rifle, I got new aim. Fresh kick, spit with the blick, not my shoe game. Used to have a dirty 30 tied to a shoestring. Now I got that Ruger 5 and 7, that's my boot thing. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the store, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's 1 West for that bag and we outside. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the store, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's 1 West for that bag and we outside. We outside. I don't talk hardly, be there when you call me. Send them Philly clippers at your head like a baldy. Chopper get to roaring down your block like a Harley. Nah, this ain't a big hog, this the big dog. In your city, swinging through the jungle like it's pitfall. In the water waiting, marching to my cadence. Big bursts of thunder in my hands like I'm reading. Shitty Mortal Kombat sounds, but I ain't playing.
Look 'em in the eye before the war like a weigh-in. I'm up in the AM, politicking movements with that Draco from the vid because it's proven. Waiting on my brother how to bid, he ain't do shit. That's how life go. Win some, you lose. Seen a little nigga beat a big nigga out his shoes. Seen that nigga come back, pull up with a gun strap, rob everybody outside, told him run that. We outside, that temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, outside, yeah, we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. My Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. It's one west for that bag and we outside. Outside, outside, yeah, we outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. We outside, outside, and we outside. Outside, outside, yeah, we outside. We outside, outside, yeah, we outside. It's one west on them corners and we outside. We outside, outside with it.
Don't let them take you out, your spirit gotta stay focused. Can't go back living how I was, cause it's repulsive. I don't ask for much, this all I ever wanted. And now I kill and die behind it, you can quote me. Yeah, these hoes for the streets, they ain't holy. I ain't pulling up, it's spiritual when devils kiss your boots. We ain't no cowards, please don't say what you gon' do. Or post something on the internet you think you gotta prove. Cause I got Karak Ice, I got Shia War, got Kasarpakai, I got Imawan, got Kabataban, I got Tazaba, got Kakamaima, got Karanyala, got Yaragabar, Tribe of Isupk, bring out Gobble War. Couple young men in this bitch with an olive oil. If you ain't in these ranks, then you out of order. It's a time for everything, right now it's time for war. And I'm still the same nigga when I'm not recording. I pull up, shoot from half like I'm Michael Jordan. I don't think they fit to join the Lord's army. I survived a Christian church, moral of the story. I done beat so many demons, I got war stories. Garment look so hardcore, look like I morphed on him. Appetite for battle, yeah, I'm war hungry. I ain't choose this life, the Lord chose me. I'm a certified priest and I don't take that lightly. How I feel about this shit, yeah, I can't describe it. I know they mad at me, cause I can't trust the white man. I gird up my loins and did something mighty. Yeah, what's done in private, it's gon' come to light. Speak the truth into these bones and watch them come to life. All my friends are dead, let loose all the plagues, yeah.
This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. Fuck the white man, 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 fuck the white man. They painted by the Spanish, did a whole lot of damage. Shit was outlandish, bags got branded. Split up all the families, then shipped across the Atlantic. So many died from the famine. Threw the dead bodies overboard, sharks ate them like salmon. I know you can't stand it. I spit the truth, goddammit. Big business got managed, then you double back. Came to pick up all the blacks. We'll speed up our back, we never got to relax. Pretend to set us free, but then you double back without a crack. The type of games that you play, 80 keep it real, I ain't going for it. Beat a couple court cases, had a warrant for it. Told my mama if I ever did time, I'ma raise up the whole yard. Had my lawyer like, oh lord, district attorney added more charges. No problem, I ain't tripping, thumbing through the scriptures. Muhammad said the Lord with your boy, that's a small issue. Bounce back out the rebound, UPK got the heat now. They done let me off the leash now, teaching in the streets now. A part of Lost Tribe South, but it started in the East now. Look, this for my people, this for my people. Yeah, this for my people, this for my people. This for my people, yeah, this for my people. Fuck the white man, 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 fuck the white man. This for my people, this for my people. Yeah, this for my people, this for my people. This for my people, yeah, this for my people. Fuck the white man, 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 fuck.
You see this house in Florida? Well, let me show you how I invested into it with just a few $100s. Plus, my investment was completely backed by the government. I did it using something called tax lien investing. So basically, what happened with this home is the owner failed to...
Fuck, man. No cover, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. Yeah, you nigga know I'm about to bring the heat, right? Shit, I used to leave the street light. Hey, now I still keep the heat tight. Now nigga on gold like a green light. They say 144, nigga, you can get it. Ain't gotta tell me twice. Tryna stack a couple grand, get on some land, that'll put us on our feet. I'm in the field with the Warriors. And you know a nigga glorious, but we still keep it G though. Keep them tools Home Depot. Might hit him with the Rico. Hey, hit the nigga with the Rico. Hey, said they fucked up the rap game. What you looking at me for? So I know they can't stand me. That's why I keep a Glock handy. Might sip a little brandy. While I'm chilling with the family. Tell him a real nigga landed. Dressed in all black like a bandit. Bitch, I ain't come to play. Bitch, I came to do damage. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. Back, now we ballin'. Ain't Babylon fallin'. You know the path a nigga walk. Nigga raised up, now I'm all in. And all I ever wanted was the win in the big body Benz. Now I'm gone in the wind, tryna stack a couple in. Now let's get it in, yeah, let's get it in. About to make the shit tremble. 144, the rebel. About to turn it up a level. Heat the bitch up like lava. And it probably bring a whole our mob. And all that we feel is our father. And I'm headed for the top dollars. And ain't none gon' stop me. None gon' stop. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. Ain't got no time to play. Ain't no other way. them soldiers on the way now. I got them soldiers on the way now. I got them soldiers on the way now.
Shalom, Yabashim Thumb. Well, Yahweh Shamar Latham Bashim Yahushua, and Preaching Officer Kalah with the Israelite School of University of Practical Knowledge and Commander General Yohanan, been around since 1969, teaching the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians who they are according to the scripture. We are not affiliated with any other organization or group. All right. Today we are having the closing of the Feast of Purim. Yesterday we left off in the book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 6. We left off in the book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 6. Okay? We're going to pick up right there. So this is around the time where Esther heard of or Mordecai being out in front of the gate in sackcloth and ashes. Okay? And she asked somebody to go take away his sackcloth. All right. So we'll go up to verse 5. So Esther chapter 4, verse 5. Then called Esther for Hatat, one of the king's chamberlains, whom he had appointed to attend upon her, and gave him a commandment to Mordecai. Hold on. Actually, we're a lot further than that. But I'm gonna start from 5 anyway. Then called Esther for Hatat, one of the king's chamberlains, whom he had appointed to attend upon her, and gave him a commandment to Mordecai to know what it was and why it was. Verse 6. So Hatat went forth to Mordecai unto the street of the city, which was before the king's gate. Verse 7. And Mordecai told him of all that happened unto him, and of the sum of the money that Haman had promised to pay to the king's treasuries for the Jews to destroy them. So Hatak went to Mordecai and asked what was going on, and Mordecai explained everything that he has heard and was happening. Okay, and let's see, verse 8. Also, he gave him the copy of the writing of the decree that was given to Shushan to destroy them, to shew it unto Esther, and to declare it unto her, and to charge her that she should go in unto the king, to make a supplication unto him, and to make a request before him for her people. So he gave the decree that was written and sent out that was talking about the unaliving of the Jews. And he told him to take it to Esther so she could go to the king and bring it up to him about her people, so she could try to save her people. Verse 9. And Hatat came and told Esther the words of Mordecai. Verse 10. Again Esther spake unto Hatat, and gave him commandment unto Mordecai. So after Hatat told her what Mordecai said, she told him to go back to Mordecai and tell him. 11. All the king's servants and the people of the king provinces do know that whosoever, whether man or woman, shall come unto the king into the inner court, who is not called, there is one law of his to put him to death, except such to whom the king shall hold out the golden scepter, that he may live. But I have not been called to come in unto the king these 30 days. So she told him to tell Mordecai, look, even if I was to go in front of the king, he may end up killing me because I didn't get called to come speak to the inner court to speak to him. He has not pointed out his golden scepter to me. It's been 30 days since last. All right? Verse 12, and they told to Mordecai Esther's words. Verse 13, then Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not with thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house more than all the Jews. So Mordecai told them to tell Esther, look, don't think you're safe because you over there with the king. You are a Jew as well, so you may end up dying too. All right? And also, it's like they're saying don't think of yourself as something when you're not. You're the same as all the other Jews. Okay? I'm just summarizing and catching everybody up to speed. All right. 14. For if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place. But thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed. And who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this? Verse 15. Then Esther bade them to return to Mordecai this answer. Wow. 16. Go, gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and feast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day. So she said to get all the Jews to start fasting for 3 days. All right, day and night. Well, night and day. I also and my maidens will fast likewise. I said feast. Wow. And fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day. I also and my maidens will fast likewise. And so will I go in unto the king, which is not according to the law. And if I perish, I perish. So she said, get my people to fast for 3 days, and my maidens and myself will also do the same. And then I'm going to go and talk to the king. And if he kills me, he kills me. 17. So Mordecai went his way and did according to all that Esther had commanded him. So he went forth and did what she asked of him. Hold on 1 second. Esther chapter 5, verse 1. Now it came to pass on the 3rd day that Esther put on her royal apparel and stood in the inner court of the king's house, over against the king's house. And the king sat upon his royal throne in the royal house, over against the gate of the house. So she dressed the dress and went in front of the king while the king was sitting on his throne. Verse 2, and it was so, When the king saw Esther the queen standing in the court, that she obtained favor in his sight. And the king held out to Esther the golden scepter that was in his hand. So Esther drew near and touched the top of the scepter. So he seen her, and she got his attention quickly. So he pointed out the scepter to her, and she walked up and touched the top of it. All right. Verse 3. Then said the king unto her, what wilt thou, Queen Esther? And what is thy request? It shall be given, or shall be even given thee to the half of the kingdom. He spoke out to Esther. He was like, what is it that you want? What do you request? If you want half of the kingdom, it'll be given to you. 4. And Esther answered, if it seem good unto the king, let the king and Haman come this day unto the banquet that I have prepared for him. So she's over here saying, if it pleases you, my lord, please have come to the feast that I am preparing for you and Haman. So have both of you come to the feast. Okay. Verse 5. Then the king said, cause Haman to make haste, that he may do as Esther hath said. So the king and Haman came to the banquet that Esther had prepared. So the king said, hey, go tell Haman to hurry up and come to this feast. So him and Haman went to the feast that Esther prepared. Verse 6. And the king said unto Esther at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? Even to the half of the kingdom it shall be performed. Okay. So he's like, what's up, Esther? What do you need from me? If you need anything, just let me know, and I'll make it so. All right. 1 second. Schlaggy, where was I at? So we're right here where the king is asking what is what's on her mind, pretty much. And what is her request? Even if she wanted half this kingdom, he'd give it to her. He's pretty much just if I could, it's like flirting. Like, hey, what you want? I'll give you the whole kingdom if you want it. You know what I'm saying? Then answered Esther and said, my petition and my request is 8. If I have found favor in the sight of the king, and if it please the king to grant my petition and to perform my request, let the king and Haman come to the bank. I just read this. What? The king to grant my petition and to perform my request. Let the king and Haman come to the banquet that I shall prepare for them, and I will do tomorrow as the king hath said. 9. Then went Haman forth that day joyful and with a glad heart. But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, and he stood not up, nor moved for him, he was full of indignation against Mordecai. So when he got there, Haman was happy to see, happy for the banquet, joyous heart, you know what I'm saying? He's happy, all could be. And when he got there and noticed that Mordecai did not respect him enough to stand up, he was mad. He was mad. He looked at him like, oh, really? You know what I'm saying? Verse 10, nevertheless, Haman refrained himself. And when he came home, he sent and called for his friends and Zeresh, his wife. So after that, he went home, gathered up his homies, pretty much to talk about what happened. All right. And he also complained to his wife too, as a sissy would. Verse 11. And Haman told them of the glory of his riches and the multitude of his children, and all the things wherein the king had promoted him, and how he had advanced him above the princes and servants of the king. So he's, like I said, he was bragging to his homies and his wife about what the king did for him. Okay? But he still had that little hatred in his heart because of what Mordecai did. Forget that. "12. Haman said, moreover, yea, Esther the queen did let no man come in with the king unto the banquet that she had prepared but myself. And tomorrow am I invited unto hers also with the king." So he's bragging about the fact that he was able to go in to the banquet with Esther and the king. All right, and he's going to be able to do it again tomorrow. Yet all availeth me nothing, so long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate. 14. Then said Zeresh his wife and all his friends unto him, let a gallows be made of 50 cubits high, and tomorrow speak thou unto the king that Mordecai may be hanged thereon. Then go thou in merrily with the king unto the banquet. And the thing pleased Haman, and he caused the gallows to be made.
And if I could,
go ahead, sir.
Like the oppressor, man, woman, and child hates black Hispanics and everything.
Of course.
That was his wife that came over right here. His wife said, if it's bothering you that much, kill them niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like every woman every nation of women stand with their men. Our women is the only women that say that fight against us. Or
Right.
whatever we doing. And I understand this comes from years of oppression, but at some point in time, we got to get over the oppression and understand that we all we got.
Right.
And you need to stand next to the black man and stand next to the Hispanic man and stand next to the Native Indian man the same way these goddamn heathen women stand next to their man. They lose their ass husbands.
Right. Good night. That right there was a heavy point that you brought out, Ottawa. And the sad part is, you see it every day.
Right.
They don't even care about their own people. They start to hate themselves as soon as they wake up in the morning. You want to know how I know? Because now they want to press their hair out, dye it blonde, wear colored contacts. You don't see yourself as the special person that you're supposed to be.
Right.
You care about and want to be like the oppression. You think they want to be? They want you to be like them? No, they want to be you. They want to be you so bad that they go and start doing the things that you should be doing as a wife or as a woman. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me started on these dang alternative lifestyle foods.
Right.
They want to be you so bad, sisters, that they trying to make it so that you won't be counted as a woman. Talking about y'all got bonus holes. That right there threw me off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Not a bonus hole.
I was putting there and I seen that. It's like, and watch, these sisters is still going to be accepting to these fools. Yeah. We need to, we as the people, our sisters need to start doing what these Daniel oppressors, if they want to be like the oppressors so bad, start doing what they do. Stick up for your husbands. Stick up for them. That's what you should do. Man. Especially if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native American. Well, what was said was diabolical right there. If it's bothering you that much, go build the dang on gallows so you can kill all the niggas.
Kill them niggas.
We in the book of Esther, chapter 6, verse 1 now. And the sad part is, he don't even know what's in store for him when he gets into that banquet. All you know is Mordecai didn't stand up for you when you came into the room. So it's water. It's like for a second. Book of Esther, chapter 6, verse 1. And on that night, could not the king sleep. And he commanded to bring the book of records of the Chronicles. And they were read before the king. So that night, the king couldn't sleep at all. So he asked somebody to go bring the records, all right, so they can be read to him so he can at least alleviate the stuff that's in his mind so he can get some rest. Verse 2, and it was found written that Mordecai had told the big, it's like it, sir. I can't pronounce this word. Okay. Big family. Yeah. That'll work. And Teresh, two of the king's chamberlains, the keepers of the door, who sought to lay hand on the king Ahasuerus. So he came across some deeds that Mordecai had did that benefited him. All right, because Mordecai reported that somebody had plans to lay hands on the king. Okay. Well, two of the king's chamberlains. Verse 3, and the king said, what honor and dignity hath been done to Mordecai for this? Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, there is nothing done for him. So he was like, what did we do for Mordecai the Jew? Pretty much. What did we do for Mordecai to reward him for that situation that he had told us about? And they said there was nothing done for him.
Yeah, he ain't do nothing for that nigga.
Right. Verse 4. And the king said, who is in the court? Now Haman was come into the outward court of the king's house to speak unto the king to hang Mordecai on the gallows that he had prepared for him.
Right.
He was like, who was in the court? Like, who why hasn't this been taken care of? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he said, who the hell? Somebody's supposed to be in there.
Right. And then here comes Haman coming in there to go, hey, I want to hang Mordecai the Jew. The same nigga that he talking about now.
The same nigga that saved his life.
Right. 5. And the king's servant said unto him, behold, Haman standeth in the court. And the king said, let him come in. So that was like, he was like, let Haman come in so I can talk to him. Verse 6. So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, what shall be done unto the man whom the king delighteth to honor? Now Haman thought in his heart, to whom would the king delight to do honor more than to myself? So who's the king gonna give honor more than me? Like, he's gonna get a better reward or a better situation than me? What's going on here?
Right.
That's what he's thinking to himself. Like, somebody better than me? Right. Seven. And Haman answered the king, for the man whom the king delighted to honor. 8. Let the royal apparel be brought which the king useth to wear. Bring your royal robes to put on the dude that's making you like happy.
You thinking it's him?
Right. He's like, come on, bring it to me. Yeah. I get to wear the robe, the crown, you know what I'm saying? And the horse that the king rideth upon, and the crown royal which is set upon his head. So make him a king. That's what was going on here.
Right.
You give him your royal robes and then put him on your royal horse and give him your crown.
Yeah. So in the whole time he's saying this, he's thinking that it's him.
Right.
Like, yeah, you gonna do this for me.
Right. Ain't nobody better than me. So this is all for me. So yeah, this is what I want, pretty much.
This is the spirit of Esau all the way.
Right. Verse 9. And let this apparel and horse be delivered to the hand of one of the king's most noble princes, that they may array the man withal, whom the king delighted to honor, and bring him on horseback through the street of the city, and proclaim before him, thus shall it be done to the man whom the king delighted to honor. He said, make one of your princes adorn all this apparel and parade him through the streets.
Yeah, that nigga's got a problem with it.
Right. He like, yeah, show him off to everybody so they can see. Still thinking it's himself.
Right.
10. Then the king said to Haman, make haste and take the apparel and the horse, and thou hast said, and do even so to Mordecai the Jew, that sitteth at the king's gate. Let nothing fall of all that thou hast spoken. He said, go ahead and do that to Mordecai. This is what you want. All right, cool. Make sure Mordecai has done all this.
All that good shit that you wanted. For Mordecai.
Right, and have him come, bring him to me. I know he was sitting there, shit, he did him up. I'm like, yo, oh man. Verse 12. And Mordecai, verse 11. Then took Haman the apparel and the horse, and arrayed Mordecai, and brought him on horseback through the street of the city.
I know his heart was crushed.
Right. And proclaimed before him, thus shall it be done unto the man whom the king delighted to honor. Verse 12. And Mordecai came again to the king's gate, but Haman hasted to his whole house mourning, and having his head covered. He was embarrassed and ran from the duties that he was in the middle of doing to go home and cry.
He gonna cry when he get in the car. Look at that.
Verse 13. And Haman told Zeresh, his wife, and all his friends, everything that had befallen him. Then said his wise men and Zeresh his wife unto him. So he went home and complained to his wife and friends about what happened.
Right.
And now they talking to him. If Mordecai be of the seed of the Jews, before whom thou hast begun to fall, thou shalt not prevail against him, but shalt surely fall before him. Ooh.
At least he had enough common sense to understand what was about to happen.
Right? That Jew that you was about to kill, he's going to end up killing you. Verse 14. And while they were yet talking with him, came the king's chamberlains, and hasted to bring Haman unto the banquet that Esther had prepared. He still ain't even made it to the banquet. So they went and was like, come on, let's go. You got to go to the banquet.
He left him being duties.
Right. You supposed to.
He was so Sakari.
Hey. Hey, yo. I don't even think I want to talk about them right now. But now, he left in the middle of his duties to run away for them to come in and tell him to come back and to attend the banquet that you was supposed to be coming to.
Right.
I know he was like, oh yeah, that's right. I was supposed to.
Where you at?
Esther 7:1. I mean, if you want to come up and finish it, that'll be dope. I'm messing with y'all. I'm messing.
So you see how I'm out here looking, man. I came to be a part of the crowd today.
It's all good. It's all good.
Nigga tired, man. We had a busy day. I don't touch the ball. I ain't messing with that nigga outside no more.
Good night. Book of Esther, chapter 7, verse 1. So the king and Haman came to banquet with Esther the queen. Verse 2. And the king said again unto Esther on the second day of the banquet of wine, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? And it shall be performed, even to the half of the kingdom. Again, he's over here still flirting with his wife. What is it that you want? Tell me, and I'll give you anything you want. You know what I'm saying?
And the reason he's telling her that is because Esther is so powerful because of her femininity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you got a woman who is just, not argumentative and just do whatever you ask and just so submissive to you.
Right.
You want to do any and everything to please her. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever she asks you, you can never tell her no.
Right.
Because she don't do nothing to give you peace of mind and make your life so much easier. You, like, as a king, as a man, you want to do whatever it is, and if it's the thing your power to do, you gonna do it. And that's why he keeps asking.
Like when she showed up in the king's court, and all her femininity right there.
Right.
He was sitting there probably talking to somebody else, like, yeah. Hold up. Hey, what's up? And then he point out the dang on scepter to her. That's pretty much how she came in there.
Right.
She caught his eye because he knew that she would not give him no headaches or any problems.
Pass it on to the Lord for 3 days as a
Right.
sacrifice unto the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And not just her, but all of Israel at that time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All the Israelites in that city, that's what they did.
Even her own chamberlain maids.
Right.
everybody that was around her had to fast for 3 days,
Right.
night and day.
Lord, put that spirit of femininity on her and made her husband fall right up under her spell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. This ain't nothing but the Lord using another Israelite to save the Israelites.
Absolutely.
All right. And verse 3. Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. Verse 4. For we are sold. Slightly. Let me clarify first before I go into this. So she told the king, if it pleases you, my lord, my life and my people's life are hanging in this request.
Right.
All right. Verse 4. For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed,
Right.
to be slain, and to perish. But if we had been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage. Look, so she's saying we've been sold to be destroyed.
Right.
All right? For slaves. We're going to die out. All right? I got to get some better glasses, y'all.
And then she said she held her tongue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't say nothing. We didn't
Right.
fight against it. We didn't do anything. And then it said the enemy could not countervail the king's damage. So basically, we're going to be slaughtered, but we didn't do nothing.
Right.
Like this is going to sound messed up what I'm about to say. We've been good slaves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And that reminds
we ain't caused the king no damages. We
Right.
ain't did nothing but build this kingdom up.
Right.
We have made this kingdom better.
Right.
Why are we being killed?
Right. That's what she's asking. You couldn't have said it better than me. I'm messing this up. No, I was trying to reread where I was at so I could keep going.
No, I know.
But yeah, like she was like, I held my tongue. I ain't even say nothing.
Yeah.
Like why? Why are we got to be destroyed? What's going on? We didn't do nothing to y'all.
Yeah, we've been doing everything. We're the reason this kingdom's running so smooth.
Right.
We doing it. Like clearly you just like, and then here's the crazy part. The king just read where Mordecai saved his life indirectly.
Right. And now he done rewarded and paraded him through the streets.
Over there, they trying to get you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice. It reminds me of that video where I forgot his dang on name. He was like, Toby be good, good slave for master.
Yeah, Bruce.
Right.
Yeah, from the movie Bruce. Kobe gonna cause no trouble. Don't sell Kobe. Look at that.
But yeah. That's crazy. And then you turned around and prayed Mordecai throughout the streets, and now you about to unalive everybody. That's crazy. Crazy work.
Right. And that's but he don't, because you know it's the king. He probably don't even understand what's going on because he's the king. He'd have let that henchman of his basically manipulate the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And she's correcting the situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he gonna be like, nah, what? That's what we supposed to be killing? Nah, we're not doing that.
And I bet Haman is sitting there nervous in the mug, like, oh, what?
Hey,
You?
I can't wait
What?
I can't wait till we get to that good part right there. Like there's so much, like there's triple entendres in this scripture right here, and I'm gonna get to it when I get done.
It's like the teacher is in the class teaching. Hey, look, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. Because sometimes my brain will just turn off on me in the middle of me breaking shit down. It's a lie.
No, I'm gonna let you do your thing, and if you don't touch on it, I will.
Of course. Verse 5. Then the king Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther the queen, who is he, and where is he, that durst presume in his heart to do so?
There it is.
Who said they ain't gonna be doing this? What's going on? I've not heard of this. What happened? How did this come about? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? All right? Verse 6, and Esther said, the adversary and enemy is this wicked Haman. So she's standing there pointing at him, this wicked Haman. You know what I'm saying? Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen. This man is cowering before them. Like, oh no, man, I didn't even, wow. It's like that, I didn't even know. He's like, man, like I know his heart pumping fast. He's nervous, he's scared, he's sweating. You know what I'm saying? He's terrified. He knows he might die right there. That's how he's feeling right there. Seven. And the king, arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath, went into the palace garden. And Haman stood up to make request for his life to Esther the queen. For he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king. The king got up, mad, almost flipped the table mad. And he walked out into the garden because he's mad, pissed mad, you know what I'm saying? So now, Haman then got up and he's over here on his knees begging Esther, like, please, please don't do this. Please save me, man. He's gonna kill me, bro. Like I'm gonna be the one hanging from the gallows. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I see the evil in the dang eyes of the king. He's gonna kill me. So please. Verse 8. Then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet of wine. So the king came back, and Haman was fallen upon the bed whereon Esther was. Then said the king, will he force the queen also before me in the house? Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah. As the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face. Man. So Haman then pushed the queen down on the bed. So the king came in and seen that and was like, oh, so you gonna take my wife in front of me too? You know what I mean by taking his wife, right? I ain't gonna be able to say it because they're gonna kick us off of YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everything. Whatever we own. 9. And Harbonah, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, behold also, the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, who standeth in the house of Haman. Then the king said, hang him thereon.
Do what?
Hang him thereon. Look here, the chamberlain came and was like, oh, hey, look, also, he made a gallows to hang Mordecai.
I said, who did you build that for again?
Right. He's like, hang him from those gallows.
That's not
in your own yard, though. That's crazy.
That is diabolical work right there. That is the Lord's work right there.
Right. Verse 10. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. That was the king's wrath pacified. And that quelled the king's anger right there. He was satisfied with hanging him where he was going to hang Mordecai. That ain't nothing but the Lord right there. Verse 8. And on that day, the book of Esther, chapter 8, verse 1. I said verse 8. On that day did the king Ahasuerus give the house of Haman, the Jews' enemy, unto Esther the queen. And Mordecai came before the king, for Esther had told what he was unto her. So Haman's family was given to Esther to deal with. And Esther told the king who Mordecai was to her. All right? Verse 2. And the king took off his ring, which he had taken from Haman, and gave it unto Mordecai. And Esther set Mordecai over the house of Haman. So Mordecai ended up ruling over the house of Haman. All right? This is pretty much given the highest rank according to what Haman was saying earlier. Verse 3, and Esther spake yet again before the king, and fell down at his feet, and besought him with tears to put away the mischief of Haman that Agag.
That's right.
Agag? Okay. Agag, and his device that he had devised against the Jews. So she's down on her knees, begging the king, tears running down her face. Don't kill the rest of my people too. Save them as well. All right. Verse 4. Then the king held out the golden scepter towards Esther. So Esther arose and stood before the king. Verse 5. And said, if it please the king, and if I have found favor in his sight, and the things seem right before the king, and I be pleasing in his eyes, let it be written to reverse the letters devised by Haman the son Hammedatha, that Agag, which he wrote to destroy the Jews, which are all in all the king's provinces. Pretty much just said that. So she's asking him to reverse the things that Haman put forth to kill off the Jews. She wants him to save the Jews that's supposed to be dying. All right. Verse 6. For how can I endure to see the evil that shall come unto my people? Or how can I endure to see the destruction of my kindred? How can I live to watch my people die and suffer? You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much how we go out there to try to wake our people up. Because it kills us to see our people suffer. So she's pleading with the king so that they will live instead of dying. Verse 7. Then the king Ahasuerus said unto Esther the queen and to Mordecai the Jew. Why do they call him Mordecai the Jew?
Sometimes you gotta let a nigga know what you rap.
I ain't mad at you. Behold, I have given Esther the house of Haman, and him have they hanged upon the gallows, because he laid his hand upon the Jews. 8. Write ye also for the Jews, as it liketh you, in the king's name, and seal it with the king's ring. For the writing which is written in the king's name, and sealed with the king's ring, may no man reverse. Yeah, nice. He's like, look, this is the decree of the kingdom. I've sealed it with my ring. It's not going to be reversed or anything. Esther's been put over the house of Haman. Haman and his kindred pretty much just died. Okay? So the Jews are going to live. Nobody can change that. Let's see. Verse 9. Then were the king's scribes called at the time in the 3rd month, that is, the month Sivan, on the 3 and 20th day thereof. And it was written according to all that Mordecai commanded unto the Jews, and to the lieutenants, and to the deputies, and the rulers of the provinces, which are from India unto Ethiopia, and 127 provinces, unto every province according to the writing thereof, and unto every people after their language, and to the Jews according to their writing, and according to their language. So the king's scribes was called to bring this to be written down for generations to come.
Right.
All right? That was a lot to just say that. Verse 10. And he wrote in the king Asher's name and sealed it with the king's ring and sent letters by post on horseback and riders on mules, camels, and young dromedaries. I don't know what is a dromedary. It's a lot. Oh, it's a one-hump camel. It's like a young baby camel. Oh, you just said camels and young dromedary. What's that Christ? I like this body. Right, pretty much. I was like, oh, dang. So dromedarians are baby camels. Okay. So he sent it out, the letter that was sealed to all the provinces from India to Ethiopia. All right? For the Jews to be saved. So they won't die out. All right?
Right, because Haman sent the letters to destroy them.
Right.
So the king had to send back out to say, leave these niggas alone.
Right, but it was Mordecai that wrote it out, though. Yeah, it was in the king's words, but Mordecai wrote that and sent it out.
Yeah, no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mordecai. So it's a couple of things I want to touch on real quick, if you don't mind.
Good, I don't want.
So,
Mike.
Like, I guess since you calling me out, and I know something about you. No, I'm just kidding. They already gave me money. So this is a couple of things I want to bring out. So we seen how Esau was looking, these heathens was looking to destroy the Jews, right? And we see the Lord practically raise Mordecai up a king over his enemies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that we just skip over that part sometimes when we go over these scriptures. And another thing is, I wanted to break down how Haman was so wicked, right? Mm-hmm. But you know, one thing that he did that the scriptures tell blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian men not to do has never received war counsel from a woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Never pillow talk with a woman and never received war counsel from a woman. He went and did both of them things, and you see how he ended up. Right. He took war counsel from his woman, and she told him, go ahead and build gallows to destroy your enemy. And that was the same gallows that he got hung on, and now she is up under the stewardship of the same people that she gave her husband counsel to destroy. Right. So now her whole house has just been, in essence, turned into slaves up under Mordecai. You get what I'm saying? So, and this is something that we don't really see, the deepness of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, what happened was went down the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like it's a triple entendre almost like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he went home pillow talking. Right, first he was bragging. He was evil for no reason. Yeah. Because he wanted reverence paid to him. Why? I don't know. He just felt entitled. We deal with oppressors like this all the time. Oppressors is just entitled, right? And from that moment on, he made it a point to destroy Mordecai for no reason, and ended up being destroyed in the process. And this is one of the numbers I say. So black people, we understand this when it comes to the oppressor, right? Uh-huh. We understand. Listen, we've been some program. Now we shouldn't want these things for. We shouldn't want to destroy these people because they'll come back on you, right? This is how we talk about the oppressor. We can't be mad at them because when you want bad things to happen, you turn around and the bad things happen to you. But then we're so destroyed. We do it all the time with ourselves. We want all these bad things to happen to other black people. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that mercy and compassion. They don't have it on us. We don't have it on ourselves. Right. You get what I'm saying? And then another thing, once more. How many times have niggas in the world been taking war counsel from their wives and end up like Haman? You know what I'm saying? Too many goddamn times. Right. You dying over women. Like, prime example. There's a scenario that just transpired, right, where a brother and his daughter got gunned down at the car wash, right? So it was a brother and his like 2-3-year-old daughter just got gunned down at the car wash, right? And everybody's like, well, why did this happen? What happened? What happened? You know what I'm saying? They thinking it was just a random act of violence. Well, coming to find out, you know, because I was looking into it trying to figure it out. So this is what I heard. You know, there's no way to fact check these things because it's all hearsay, all internet stuff. Right. But I seen another video, and I'm gonna get to that in a second, right? So this girl, right? She was the one that was telling him to do all this wicked stuff, right? You know how niggas want to be hustlers, right? Everybody and their mama want to be Tony Montana. Where they mess up at is when you run stuff like that, right? Why do you have your woman as a war counsel when it comes to dealing with street business? So, you know, we've seen how many times have we seen a woman say, you don't let him get away with that? You don't let that slide? You don't let this? You don't let that? Not knowing the outcome of it. Taking a war counsel from your woman is the worst thing you could possibly do just as hanging. You hear what I'm saying? Right. So what had happened, I'm going to make the story quick. They, like I said, the brother got gunned down at the gas station, at the car wash with his daughter. You know what I'm saying? After he was warned not to go to the car wash, but the baby mama was like, you know, you're a punk, you don't let these people tell you what to do, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, he ended up stealing some money and drugs from some very wild people. You can see the outcome. The people that he stole the money and drugs from were the people that you want to steal from. But the reason he did it was because his baby mama talked him into it, right? And then basically sent him to go get murdered. You get what I'm saying? Because I just seen her on the internet with a bunch of, with a stack, you know how people be holding up the stack of money to their ear like it's a phone? So mind you, her baby daddy and her daughter just died. Right. So now she's out partying at the clubs with a stack of money, walking around with dudes with big old assault rifles talking about I got security with me and all this other stuff. That's what happens when you take war counsel from your woman. You get what I'm saying? Like, a wicked woman will destroy you, man. And that's what happened to Haman. Of course, how do we know his wife is wicked? Because she's a fucking heathen. So watch my language. Because she's a heathen. That's how we know she's wicked. Told him, set the gallows up, he died on the gallows. Never take war counsel from a woman. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, you're absolutely right, Ottawa. Even if you didn't grow up in the streets, you should already know not to take war counsel.
Pillow talking with her, and then asking her for advice is not a problem.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that a woman can't give advice. Like my wife, she gives me advice all the time on financial stuff, on cooking, you know, stuff like that. Right. Accessories for the house. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes time for war, you think she gonna open her goddamn mouth and say, I think? No. And if she did, what do you think I'm gonna do? You think I'm gonna listen to her or I'm gonna tell her shut the hell up? Shut the hell up. Yeah, I'm right. I don't need your advice on this bitch because you can't fight. You know what I mean? You can't fight, so I don't need your opinion. Shut up.
All right. Now. Okay. Just trying to figure out where I was at. It's like
That's the end of the video.
9 and 30.
Okay,
We in verse 8. Chapter 8.
I thought we was in chapter 10.
Yeah, 9. He's over here time traveling before I could. Dang.
I did step up for a minute. You know what I mean?
I was just like, when I read, I break it down as I'm reading as well.
Do your thing, money man. I'm going to put it in prayer and let you go ahead and do your thing. Look at that. Come on.
Sometimes I be needing that help. All right. Book of Esther, chapter 8, verse 11. Wherein the king granted the Jews which were in every city to gather themselves together and to stand for their life, to destroy, to slay, and to cause to perish all the power of the people and provinces that would assault them, both little ones and women, and to take the spoil of them for a prey. So he just pretty much broke all that down. Made them pretty much have their own little kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that trespassed against them, they was able to fight against them, whether it be man, woman, or child. You know what I'm saying? 12. Upon one day, all the provinces of King Asher's, namely, upon the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month Adar. Verse 13. The copy of the writing for a commandment to be given in every province was published unto all people, and that the Jews should be ready against that day to avenge themselves on their enemies. There we go. Verse 14. So the posts that rode upon mules and camels went out, being hasted and pressed on by the king's commandment, and the decree was given at Shushan's the palace. Verse 15. And Mordecai went out from the presence of the king in the royal apparel of blue and white, with a great crown of gold, and with a garment of fine linen and purple. And the city of Shushan rejoiced and was glad. 16. The Jews had light and gladness and joy and honor. So when Mordecai came out dressed in his dress, you know what I'm saying? Not an actual little dress, dressed the apparel of a king, you know what I'm saying? Everybody rejoiced to see it. They was happy to see that. 17. In every province and in every city, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, the Jews had joy and gladness, and a feast and a good day, and many of the people of the land became Jews, for the fear of the Jews fell upon them. And he's not talking about like Jewish, he's talking about the ones that were Jews by blood became Jews by no. What was it? Chapter 9. Now, in the 12th month, that is the month Adar, on the 13th day of the same, when the king's commandment and his decree drew near to be put in execution, in the day that the enemies of the Jews hoped to have power over them, though it was turned to the contrary, that the Jews had rule over them that hated them. Right. Verse 2. And the Jews gathered themselves together in the cities throughout all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus to lay hand on such as sought their hurt. And no man could withstand them, for the fear of them fell upon all people. So the Jews went and got revenge. All right. Verse 3. And all the rulers of the provinces and the lieutenants and the deputies and officers of the king helped the Jews, because the fear of Mordecai fell upon them, because they were terrified of what Mordecai would bring forth by going to talk to Esther and the king. They helped him out to do whatever he had to do. 4. For Mordecai was great in the king's house, and his fame went out throughout all the provinces. For this man Mordecai waxed greater and greater. 5. Thus the Jews smote all their enemies with the stroke of the sword, and slaughter, and destruction, and did what they would unto those that hated them. Again, they went out for war. Alright? Mordecai became better, like he in the king's house, he became more respected. You know what I'm saying? So people started to fear the Jews, because the Jews retaliated. Those that hated them, they slaughtered them all. All right. Verse 6. And it shall share. That'll work too, I don't care. All right, Salaki, for the brief intermission, what for bearing with me. Verse 6. And in Shushan the palace, the Jews slew and destroyed 500 men. 7. And Pershadatha and Dalphon and Aspatha. Verse 8. I'm going to skip down to 10. Verse 10. The 10 sons of Haman, the sons of Hamadatha, the enemy of the Jews, slew they. But on the spoil laid they not their hand. 11. On that day, the number of those that were slain in Shushan the palace was brought before the king. So after those 500 men were slain, it was brought before the king. All right. Verse 12. And the king said unto Esther the queen, the Jews have slain and destroyed 500 men in Shushan the palace, and the 10 sons of Haman. What have they done in the rest of the king's provinces? Now what is thy petition? And it shall be granted thee. Or what is thy request further? And it shall be done. So he came to Esther, he was like, all right, so the Jews killed 500 men plus the sons of Haman. Is there anything else that you will request of me? All right? Whatever you ask, it will be done. Verse 13. Then said Esther, if it pleases the king, let it be granted to the Jews which are in Shushan to do tomorrow also according unto this day decree. And let Haman's 10 sons be hanged upon the gallows. Go ahead. Huh? Gallows is, so it'd be best to just show you.
Oh, like where they hang?
Yeah, where they hang people. That's what that is? Oh, okay. Yeah, so if I was to sit there and say that's where they're gonna be hanged, you're like, oh well, what's the gallows? That's where they be hung. Alright. Alright. So she said, I want them to have another day of feast and celebration and to be able to hang Haman's children. All right? The 10 sons. in those same gallows that they was going to hang Mordecai. Verse 14. And the king commanded it to be done, commanded it so to be done. And the decree was given to Shushan, and they hanged Haman's 10 sons. For the Jews that were in Shushan gathered themselves together on the 14th day also of the month Adar, and slew 300 men at Shushan, but on the prey they laid not their hand. Good boy. Where your mama at? You mind taking him back to his dwellings? To what? Verse 16. But the other Jews that were in the king's province gathered themselves together and stood for their lives, and had rest from their enemies, and slew of their foes 70 and 5,000. 75,000 people was killed. But they laid not their hand on the prey. 17. On the 13th day of the month Adar, and on the 14th day of the same rested day, and made it a day of feasting and gladness. So this is the feast day. Okay. 18. But the Jews that were at Shushan's assembled together on the 13th day thereof, and on the 14th day thereof, and on the 15th day of the same day rested, and made it the day of feasting and gladness. 19. Therefore the Jews of the villages that dwelled in the unwalled towns made the 14th day of the month Adar a day of gladness and feasting, and a good day, and of the sending portions one to another. 20. And Mordecai wrote these things and sent letters unto all the Jews that were in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus, both nigh and far. 21. To establish this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month Adar, and the 15th day of the same yearly. So this was the creation of the high holy day Purim, the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. Okay? For it to be celebrated through all the generations. This is a yearly thing. Okay? Verse 22. As the days wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was turned unto them from sorrow to joy, and from mourning into a good day, that they should make them days of feasting and joy, and of sending portions one to another, and gifts to the poor. 23. And the Jews undertook to do as they had begun, and as Mordecai had written unto them. 24. Because Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the enemy of all the Jews, had devised against the Jews to destroy them, and had cast Purim, that is, the lot, to consume them, and to destroy them. 25. But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters that his wicked device, which he devised against the Jews, should be returned upon his own head, and that he and his son should be hanged on the gallows. So it was made so that people remember that Haman was being wicked and had sent out a letter to kill all the Jews, and it was found out, and Esther put forth, she pretty much talked the king into saving the Jews, okay? And then ended up hanging Haman and his children, his 10 sons, in the gallows. "26. Wherefore they called these days Purim, after the name Pur. Therefore, for all the words of this letter, and of that which they had seen concerning this matter, and which had come unto them." 27. The Jews ordained and took upon them and upon their seed and upon all such as join themselves unto them, so as it should not fail, that they would keep these 2 days according to their writing and according to their appointed time. Excuse me, sorry. Their appointed time every year. 28. And that these days should be remembered and kept throughout every generation, every family, every province, and every city, that these days of Purim should not fail from among the Jews, nor the memorial of them perish from their seed. 29. Then Esther the queen, the daughter of Abihail, and Mordecai the Jew, wrote with all authority to confirm this second letter of Purim. 30. And he went to the letters unto all the Jews, to the 127 provinces of the kingdom of Assyria, with words of peace and truth. 31. To confirm these days of Purim in the times appointed, according to as Mordecai the Jew and Esther the queen had enjoined them, and as they had decreed for themselves and for their seed, the matters of the fastings and their cry. 32. And the decree of Esther confirmed these matters of Purim, and it was written in the book. So this was taken down into records for histories to come, for generations to come, for us to celebrate the feasting of Purim, and also remembering the deeds that brought upon these 2 feast days. That's what we uphold in the ISUPK. We do this yearly. We uphold the feast day, the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. All right? With that, we are the ISUPK. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother and sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi, chapter 3, 8 through 10. Ma'ashra, it means 10th in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give it to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund is a free will offering for priests. It's not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like will be appreciated. The next upcoming holy convocation would be the Passover, which is going to be held in Atlanta. You could find that. It's a lot. It's the 14th day of the first month. This year it's going to be April 12th. You can find this in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1 through 51, Leviticus 23, 4 through 5, 1 Corinthians 5, 7 through 8, and 2 Chronicles, chapter 30, verse 17. With that, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and or scarf. With that, Amadium, which means to stand. Panakodon, which means to face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, then in English. Abenau, Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Ayah. Shumka. Yahweh. Malakutah. Kabbalah. Batazaka. Ayah. Aisha. Barakasa. Kawah. Ayah. Bashemayim. Batananau. Lacham. Paul. Yoam. Wasalaklanau. Kabawaknau. Kasalaknau. Kabawakianau. Malaha. Tabiyanau. Manasai Won. Abol. Al-Shainau. Mayan. Right. Piyah. Laka. Hamalakwa. Baha'ala. Baha'ta Parah. Al-Lamyu. Aman. Our Father. Which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. We're going to do the Hakat, which is the power. Yahweh Shimi Yahushua. Baruch Shah. Tananau. Hakat. La Rapa'ah. Kal Makalad. Kal Madawa. Hakat. Lakahar. Hamad Zerayim. Hakat. Lahabu. Amafu. Hakat. Al Rakawat. Al-Dama'ala. Garshan. Bashimi Yahushua. Wadaman. Bless Israel. Yahweh Shimi Yahushua. Barak. Ayasharal. Mahaba Sakari. Barak. Shimi Yahushua. Wadaman. What we just said was Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Bless us in Israel. In the school. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. All right, Sar, which means the turn. Individual, we're going to give one courteous salute. Another Shabbat. Ayah. Barak. Yahweh Shimi Yahushua. Barak. Yahweh Sar. To the sisters that may be watching, give one courtesy salute to them. Individual, Another Shabbat. Ayah. Barak. Yahweh Shimi Yahushua. Yahweh